Hello, I'm Kirsty. I'm a counsellor and a psychotherapist working in Cambridge in the UK, and I'm here to talk to you today about having a calm Christmas. If your Christmas is anything like mine, it won't be very calm on the surface. I know my house will be full of people and food and presents and noise, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But I'm here to give you some tips on how to stay calm on the inside so that you don't get overwhelmed by seasonal stress. Let's look at the causes of seasonal stress. If you're a parent or a carer, let's face it, Christmas is full of expectations. You've got to get the right gifts for all the people in your life. There's piles of cards to send out. You're probably cooking tons of delicious food, and you're either entertaining your whole family or perhaps you're on your best behaviour at your relative's house. If you also hold down a job, for some reason work deadlines all come together in the last 2 weeks of December, and sometimes this is the most important work that we'll do all year. On top of that, you might be invited to a lot of social things, and that requires dressing up and perhaps networking, all whilst rather tipsy, which does mean there's so much room for error and regret, and that all adds to your pile of seasonal stress. So what can you do to make your life calmer over Christmas? Well, my first tip for you is to manage expectations. Don't promise the kids those big things that you can't afford. If they're little, they have no clue how much things cost anyway, and if they're bigger, they do need to learn that at some point. Overspending is a huge source of stress and a real enemy to calm. If there are people that you buy for that you suspect find it as burdensome as you do, talk to them well in advance. Maybe you can agree not to gift swap, or to meet up for a drink or a mince pie instead. Sometimes your own expectations of yourself can be the biggest problem. If everyone's coming to yours, don't swamp yourself making everything from scratch and going into full spring cleaning mode. Make the things you like making and that you have time to make. Cheat the rest. And if people are looking to see whether or not you've taken a toothbrush to the grout in the shower, they are never going to have a Merry Christmas anyway. Second tip, don't tackle the big stuff. Christmas is not the time to overhaul your marriage or to imagine your alcoholic third cousin will reform. Try to roll with it and take from it the best that you can. If there are real problems and issues that need facing, do it with a straight head in January, with professional help if you need it. Okay, this next tip is a big one, and it's take care of yourself. All those parties are going to take their toll. So slow down when you can, get some early nights and take your vitamins. But also, on a more serious note, things can sneak up on you at this time of year. Grief feels deeper, loneliness sharper, and any kind of loss is much harder to manage. Think about where your sources of support are and be prepared to need them a little more over Christmas. Ensure you have a bit of time for yourself so you're not on the go throughout the whole festive period, to allow yourself that time and space to process your own emotions. Don't compare your experience. Someone on Instagram will have crocheted their Christmas tree out of pine-scented pixie dust. Someone will post on Facebook an amazing picture of them and their glowing rellies having a brilliant time. Meanwhile, you're nursing hangover, trying to look after 6 under 5s who've had Quality Street for their breakfast, and wondering when you will ever get your house back. Snapshots online don't tell the whole story. Sometimes Christmas can end up feeling a bit empty because all it's boiling down to is a bunch of material things, and that doesn't generally feel good to many people. So my next tip is to be Christmas spirited. Maybe there's a charity you like to support, perhaps particularly at Christmas. Or maybe you simply reach out to a crotchety old auntie and have a sherry with her when she otherwise would have been on her own. If you have kids, get them involved and teach them, and reassure yourself that Christmas is not all about commercial hype. Next tip is to embrace being out of routine. Sometimes it's stressful not being in our usual routine, much as we feel that we really want that time off. Kids in particular can get a bit out of hand when they're off-piste. So keeping to some routines like bedtimes and nap times can be helpful in maintaining calm. Maybe you can learn to enjoy the boredom. You know, during those quiet few days between Christmas and New Year, you don't have to entertain everyone all the time. Learning the art of a pyjamas day is a life skill. At least that's what I've been telling my family anyway. Finally, give yourself a little time to reflect. It's the end of a year. A lot's happened to you. What was good about it? What was hard? What do you want more of in the new year? Is there anything you want to change or work towards? New Year can be a good point at which to reflect on things and to set some kind intentions for yourself. So those are my tips for having a calm and wonderful Christmas. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you'd like more on looking after your mental health. You can also visit my website at www.kirsty-campbell.com and contact me there. Please give me a like if you enjoyed this video and leave me a comment to read. I'd love that. Wishing you a calm Christmas with some time for yourself.